It is a rainy Saturday afternoon. We are broadcasting from different homes, offices, o kung saan pa man. Kinakamusta po namin kayong lahat. We are so happy that you guys can join us. Joining at our Chasers. Unahin ko muna, coming all the way from the PBA Bubble in Clark, Pampanga, Jerry Ramos. How are you?
Hi, Reed. Hi, mga ka-chasers. Ito, pang 18th day. 18th day namin dito sa Bubble. 50 days to go. Bago lumaya. And 1 month before Riza, before mga anak ka.
Oh! Yeah,
Yes. Pero, hapon, dito sa ating show, unlimited ang tsikahan, unlimited ang pasabog sa mundo ng palakasan. Kaya, huwag kayong bibigyan. Riza?
Yeah, that's true. We are counting down, of course, the number of days before Christmas, the number of days that we have left in the PBA Bubble. Pati ako nasama sa countdown. Pero katulad na sinabi ni Jerry, unlimited ang ating sports balita today. We are going to talk about so much, from professional basketball to professional football, and even, of course, college basketball that is, of course, making a big announcement yesterday. Aba Cordero will be joining us for the rest of the show, giving us sports balita. How are you, Abak? You're broadcasting from your office, Philippine Star?
Yes. I'm here at the office. Saturday is actually my heavy day in the office. Pero, direct, ginulat mo ako doon sa pagpasok natin kanina. Para mabigla ako. Anyway, Jerry, talagang, ako dyan sa ginagawa ninyo, ha? Ilang days na? 14 days? And like, more than 1 month to go? Grabe yan. Ako, ang longest ko na ganyan is Olympics. Kayo, 2 months mahigit yan. Ibang klase yan.
Sakripisyo talaga para maihatid yung mga balita. But we are going to give them, of course, our day.
Hi, Riza, and sa mga ka-chasers natin. I'm good. Kung si Jerry nasa bubble, si Abak ay nasa office. Ako naman nandito sa aking munting man cave. And, gaya nga ng sinabi ng ating mga ka-chasers, naku, kami bahala sa sports, stories, PBA, professionals, college. Naku, meron tayong abangan mamaya na guest. At siguro marami pang ma-share sa atin tungkol sa bagong tayap na ito. Kaya tutok lang kayo, 2 oras, mga ka-chasers.
Yep, and for the next 2 hours also, makakasama natin to give us his opinions likewise on a lot of sports matter is Zaldi Perez. How are you, Zaldi?
Well, katulad ng sabi nga ni Waylon, I'm good. At syempre, I'm broadcasting here or emanating here dito sa aking small abode. Ika nga na mahigit 7 buwan na tayo dito. Actually, ang pinakamalayo kong nararating pa lang ay Cubao mula noong mag-GCQ. Pero anyway, dahil nga meron tayong the Chasedown every Saturday, at nai-impart natin yung mga kaalaman natin tungkol sa palakasan sa ating mga ka-chasers, ay nabuburak lahat yung ating pagkalungkot at saka pagkalumbay. Basta manatili lamang po kayo, lagi po namin kayo makakasama tuwing araw ng Sabado mula alas 2, alas 4 ng hapon. Made na po ang araw ng mga ka-chasers natin dito sa Chasedown.
Kala ko.
Medyo natin
Bumubuelo ka. That's it.
Alright. So with that being said, since kompleto mga ka-chasers natin with the rest of the team that's behind us, let's welcome everybody to the show. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the
Chasedown.
Sana sabay na tayo sa intro na yan, ha? Okay. Pero, ito na. Sabay-sabay na natin ihahain ang ating mga nagbabagang headlines. There were a lot of news, sports-related news for that matter, this past week. Unang-una na dyan medyo nga nakakalungkot. COVID-19, nakapasok na ba sa PBA Bubble? May nabalita na referee na nag-positive with COVID-19. We'll tell you more about that story shortly.
At kung nakakalungkot yung sinasabi mo, Risa, dito naman, masaya tayo dahil alam ninyo na ang UAAP meron ng bagong broadcast partner at yan ay ang Cignal TV!
Parang atin siya. At sa akin naman, matapos makabalik ang PBA at ang Chooks to Go, ito naman parating ang Philippines Football League season. Simula na bukas ang PFL kick-off time.
Nice.
At dahil nagkampiyon ang Los Angeles Lakers itong nakaraang NBA season, si Stan Van Gundy, ang bagong coach ng New Orleans Pelicans.
Kaya pala,
Dahil ng ano,
Ito.
Parang ang lapit. Parang ang layo.
Good news dahil ang ating Pinoy fencer na si Samantha o Sam Katantan, ready ng tulungan ang Penn State University. Bakit Penn State? Malalaman natin mamaya.
yeah.
Nice. And this him before in the studio, and it was so much fun, and we learned so much from him. Makikipagkamustahan tayo with Meralco Bolts head coach, Coach Norman Black. He will be joining us later on the show. Again, kakamustahin natin kung kamusta siya sa PBA Bubble. Ganun na rin ang kanyang buong kupunan, the Meralco Bolts. And also, later on, since Abak mentioned that the Philippine Football League is going to open their brand new season, makakasama natin, tama ba, from the Maharlika Football Club, Anton Del Rosario will be joining us later on the show. So, napaka-loaded ng ating mga bisita. And kung meron pa tayong mga maisingit o maidadagdag na last minute, ipapasok natin yan. So sa lahat ng mga nanonood sa atin, make sure na samahan niyo po kami. Be with us also, not just by watching, but also commenting. Those that are especially watching via Facebook live stream, para babati din namin kayo maya-maya. Si Jerry will be leaving in a few moments kasi, again, we're going to prepare for the PBA games that starts around 4 o'clock. Again, araw-araw na mga PBA games. Pero bago yan, Jerry will be helping me with this top story that we have. It's very unfortunate, but again, it happens, that last week, naipabalita nga na isang PBA referee natin ang nag-positive sa COVID-19. Again, from what I understand, tama ba, Jerry? Every now and then, there's a series of random tests that goes on inside the bubble. Regardless, player, officials, broadcasting team. So, can you tell us more about kung anong nangyari dito sa referee natin? Jerry?
Jerry?
Yes, Riz. Unfortunately, yun nga, tama na may nag-positive na isang referee, and the moment the result of his swab test came out, in-extract na siya rito sa bubble and brought dyan sa nearby New Clark City quarantine facility. And he will be quarantined then there for the next 14 days. Nag-antigen na siya. Unfortunately, very good naman. Nag-negative yung antigen test niya. But ang ano kasi dyan talaga yung swab test. So, nag-swab test siya uli after ng antigen niya. And right now, we're still waiting kung ano yung resulta ng second swab testing dyan sa MCC facility.
Okay, so to recap, again, this said official of ours in the PBA has already been moved to a quarantine facility right immediately when they found out that he was tested positive. And then nakapag-test na siya, which is that antigen test. And how is he feeling? Is he asymptomatic or may mga nararamdaman ba?
Mhm. Yes, actually, asymptomatic siya. Nag-positive yung result niya. And nung dinala nga siya dun sa quarantine facility, umiiyak, no? Umiiyak yung referee. Dahil mag-isa lang siya ron eh. Bawal mo siyang samahan. Mag-isa ka lang sa kwarto. You're all on your own ka ron eh. So, the least the PBA could do is to send him some food. And then from time to time, nag-video call sila Commissioner Billy Marshall and the other PBA delegation para kumustahin yung lagay niya. So far, so good. Wala siyang symptoms hanggang ngayon na nasa quarantine facility siya.
Risa, makasabat lang ano? Risa, makasabat lang. Jer, wala bang kasama yung referee sa kwarto?
Actually, yun. Tama ka, parang salty. Lahat ng delegation, 300 delegation na teams and coaches, personnel, negative lahat yon. Yung lahat ng referees na tines, nakasabay niya, nag-negative lahat yon. Pati mismong yung ka-roommate niya, nag-negative din. So, yun talagang pinagtataka na nag-iisa lang siyang positive na lumabas. So, yan ang hindi ma-explain nila ng DOH, ng CDC, ng BCDA, and even the PBA kung paanong nangyari yun. But may sinasabi nga sila na it might be a case of false positive na ako mismo, ngayon ko lang narinig yung ganong kaso eh. But if ever may ganon talaga, mas maganda na false positive siya.
Right, but at least the PBA acted upon it very, very fast. Alam niyo yun? Kung sakali kasing walang symptoms and then everybody else is nag-negative, maigi na rin na na-isolate natin si sir or si ma'am para masigurado nga na talagang wala nang magiging problema. I wanna know perhaps kung may narinig kayo, Waylon or Abak, na mga reaction, let's say, from other delegation like players or coaches, meron bang natakot or mas naghigpit ba ang security sa Clark dahil sa may nag-positive? Nagbago ba yung mood? Waylon, did you hear anything from the players?
Yes, Riza, may ilan tayong players na nakausap. May mga kaibigan din tayo, syempre, media na nakausap. Yung isang reporter namin doon, si Jeremiah Sevilla, na siya yung isa sa mga kinontak natin na kamusta yung sitwasyon dyan? Kamusta yung mood ng mga players? Bukod doon sa pagtawag at pag-interview natin sa ibang players na kaibigan natin, medyo naghigpit. And I'm sure Jerry can testify to that, doon sa higpit na nangyari that day nung may lumabas na positive na yung referee. At the same time, ano pa rin, kasi that day tinuloy yung laban yung mga games. And we commend the leadership of Commissioner Willie Marshall kasi kumbaga parang yung sitwasyon na ganon, hindi nag-panic, yun siguro yung right word na gamitin na kumbaga parang na-handle ng tama. Kasi alam naman natin, before the bubble started, pinag-uusapan na yan sa PBA with Commissioner Marshall, with Chairman Ricky Vargas, kung may mga ganito klaseng sitwasyon. And I'm happy na yung mga naging guidelines nila, kumbaga kung may lalabas na ganyan, na-implement. Kumbaga nandiyan na yan Talagang expect na mayroong mga lulusot na ganyan, may mga contingency plans ng PBA, and we commend the PBA and the Commissioner's Office for doing a good job.
Okay, so we pray for again the speedy recovery of our PBA official, and hopefully magtuloy-tuloy yung maganda nating palakad dyan sa may PBA bubble para hindi na magkaroon ulit pa ng positive case. Jerry, you want to add something?
Yes, kaugnay na rin dun sa tinanong ni Saldi kanina, yung mga nakasama ng referee, yung mga nakahalubilo niya, nakapwa game officials niya, in-isolate din yan, no? Yung roommate niya, dinala rin sa, may isolation room dito sa mismong hotel eh. May mga rooms dito na isolation rooms na kung medyo hindi maganda ang pakiramdam, doon muna dinadalain. Yung mga nakahalubilo nga ng itong referring na possible case, eh, dinala na sila ron sa isolation room. And at the same time, nag-undergo din sila ng swab testing. Kaya kung mapapansin nyo, yung mga referees na nag-work dun sa Thursday and Friday games natin, naghahalinhinan sila dahil pipito na lang, 7 or 8 na lang silang natira sa pool right now. Unless na maglabas na ng resulta ng mga swab testing ng mga nakahalubilo ng yun nga yung probable case na referee natin, eh tsaka palang madadagdagan ulit yung pool ng referees. So biro mo 2 games, salit-salit yung 7 referees na tumatawag sa mga laro, no? So
Para mas
mahirap din yung sitwasyon.
para mas maintindihan ng mga viewers natin, ang pumipito sa isang laro is 4. Tama, Abak?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Yes, I read somewhere from Kinito Henson yata that a fresh batch, a small batch of referees are coming in to reinforce the current pool. But ang sa akin, whether this referee is negative, hopefully, and or positive, it's just a strong reminder that no matter what you do, the virus can always find a way to get in the bubble, ano? Ano yan, sabi nga, it's invisible eh. And masyadong, you can always find a way. So patuloy lang ang pag-iingat, di ba? But remember, you don't have to live it in fear, ano? Just do the protocols, lahat. Susundin mo naman eh. Lamang pa din ang maingat kaysa sa hindi maingat.
True, that's true. Okay, ngayon, from that being said, again, ang ating prayers para sa ating PBA contingent, sa lahat ng delegates na nandyan na always maging healthy sila at safe. We're going to give you now an update on the games because everyday ang bakbakan sa PBA at talaga namang napaka-intense na mga laro. Jerry, can you lead us into this topic, giving us a rundown of the recent games in the PBA at ang mga resulta ng mga laro?
Yes, yung standings muna natin as of last night, Friday. 2 na lang ang walang talo, ang TNT Katropa and Barangay Nebra, TNT with 5-0 record, Barangay Nebra 4-0. Tapos, Rain or Shine, nag-iisa at second place with a 3-1 record, and followed by Alaska with 3-2. And then ito, kabit-kabit sa, hindi, 3-2 rin pala ang Phoenix and Meralco dahil nanalo sila yesterday. Followed by San Miguel, San Miguel 2-2, Blackwater 2-3, and then NLEX Magnolia at 1-4, Terra Firma at 0-3, and Northport 0-4. Ang games mamaya, I think Northport versus Terra Firma and sino bang next week? Alaska San Miguel. Miguel, mamay.
Nice. So either one of them teams, Terra Firma or Northport, can actually get their first win by later this afternoon. That would be very, very exciting. Okay, so speaking of PBA, ipasok na natin ang ating bisita because he's already on standby. And it's so fitting kasi ngayon ay nagkikidlat, alam mo, nagkukulog, saktong-sakto sa logo ng kanilang team na electrifying talaga. And I have to say, he's one of our favorite coaches in the PBA. Just to tell you a little more about it, his career has gone full circle. From being an import, playing in the PBA, now coaching. This guest of ours has been a 13-time PBA champion. Combined yan, yung paglalaro niya at syempre when he was coaching. He also gathered 5 UAAP crowns. 5 beses na rin siyang naging PBA All-Star head coach. pero hindi pa natin siya nakikitang sumayaw sa All-Star. So, tignan natin, baka sakali next year mapasayaw na siya. And, of course, was awarded twice as PBA Best Import. He's known as Mr. 100%, and I'd like to call him as the coach that has a Midas touch, because everything he touches turns to gold. We have on the show, ladies and gentlemen, this afternoon from the Meralco Bolts, Coach Norman Black is joining us. Coach Norman, where are you? Papasok na ba natin si Coach? Ako, nawala daw. Ano ba yun? Sayang
May
Hello,
naman.
bukas na isa eh.
Ano na?
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Hi, Riza.
Sinamahan na ng kidnap po.
He was in standby, but I think, it could be perhaps because of the weather. Again, the weather has been very, very unpredictable. From mainit, biglang umuulan. So, yung napakagandang intro ko, ulitin ko na lang ulit yan mamaya when he's here. But nevertheless, Jerry, let's go back. Still, usapang PBA. Games are super exciting. I am so impressed with the way TNT has been playing so far. They haven't lost since they got into the bubble. Samantalang may mga teams naman na struggling na talagang hindi pa nakakakuha ng kahit isang panalo. What are your thoughts? Is it because nag-iiba rin talaga dahil all Filipino, iba yung personnel, or iba rin yung atmosphere? How is it?
Actually, tama ka rin, Risa, yung dalawang factors na sinabi mo, swak doon, no? Yung atmosphere, iba. And I think yung mga teams kasi wala pa talaga sa playing condition, no? Kumbaga ngayon pa lang sila nakaka-adapt sa tamang kondisyon nila. Dumating sila rito, ang scrimmages nila dito na talaga naganap eh. Sa Manila, individual workouts lang sila. So yung scrimmages nila nito almost 10 days or less than 2 weeks. So pagdating talaga ng laro, hindi pa talaga sila ganong kakondisyon. But as the tournament progresses, ayan na, unti-unti nang lumalabas talaga. And fortunately, dun sa mga mabilis na ka-adapt, ayan, nakita niyo naman, nangunguna, Talk and Text, and Barangay Ginebra. And unfortunately, dun sa mga medyo hindi pa nakaka-adapt, nasa ilalim sila ng standings right now. May isang magandang example dyan, Riza, ang Alaska Aces. They started the tournament with a 0-2 record. Right now, yes, nasa middle pack na sila with a 3-2 record, 3 straight wins. So, sabi nga ni Coach Jeff, unti-unti nang nababalik yung fitness nila, yung confidence ng team. And despite na wala si Kevin Racal due to ACL injury, nagbabalik naman yung gwardiya nila si Maverick Hanimisi na malaki rin tulong nitong 2 games niya with the Aces so far.
Wasn't it yesterday that the Aces won against Rain or Shine? Was that the game? Rain or Shine?
The other night.
Ganun talaga, no? May mga teams na sa umpisa, nag-a-adjust and then they get into their rhythm and then, meron namang din bumubulusok sa simula and then nag-slow down. So, it's very interesting how it's going to play off since the games are every day. Waylon, kamusta ka ba sa mga players na nakausap mo? How are they feeling so far? 2 weeks na sa bubble. I see sometimes every now and then may mga leisure activities sila, kumakain ng ice cream, may mga nag-swimming. How are they?
Gusto ko yung pagkain ni Abak ng ice cream eh. Pero hindi, yung mga nakausap natin players, ano sila kumbaga parang alam natin na very busy yung mga players na to when it comes to training. Kasi alam naman natin na after game, the following day, ensayo yung mga yan, bihira na lang talaga sila nakakapagpahinga dahil yun nga, daily yung games eh. Pero dun sa mga may mga free time sila, nakikita natin sa kanilang mga Instagram posts, sa kanilang mga Facebook posts, nandyan yung nag-swimming. Actually, yung swimming na yon combined ng training o kumbaga parang, kumbaga, after working out, cooling down. Tapos nandun na rin yung fun kasi nagkakasaya yun na lang yung nila yun na lang yung way nila of having fun dahil alam mo Riza and I think si Jerry talaga mafe-feel to. Kumbaga sa dinumero yung kilos nila diyan sa bubble. And medyo kumbaga kung ikaw yung player na sanay ka na kaya mong gawin yung ganito, kaya mong gawin yung mga bagay na ganyan, doon talagang di oras mong mag-swimming, ganito lang. Oras mong pumunta ng lobby, ganito lang. Training, ganito lang. So, kung makikita natin yung players, kung ano-ano minsan ginagawa, minsan nagtitinda, may mga post na ganon. Ano lang, kumbaga to have fun, na ipakita kung ano yung mga ginagawa nila inside the bubble. Pero, yung mentally, kumbaga mahirap na ramdam ko yung mga players yan, pati yung mga kasama nating midsamen. Jerry, hindi ko nga alam kung nasa katinuan ka pa
Kaya pa naman. Jerry's holding up just fine. But yeah, you're right. I spoke to some coaches that are friends of ours, and you know how they're very strict. In fact, ang sinasabi nga nila, you can't even leave or go to another floor kung hindi yun ang assigned or designated floor kung saan kayo kumbaga naka-room in. Let's go back, Jerry, to that topic again. Still on the PBA, but again, this referee of ours. So, currently, just to recap, nasa isolation facility siya. We're waiting for the COVID test. Should it turn negative, makakabalik ba siya sa bubble?
Yes, Riz. Yan ang nabanggit ni Commissioner Willie Marshall. But kailangan makumpleto niya yung 14-day quarantine niya sa facility. And I don't believe lang kung pagkatapos niyang ma-quarantine, if mag-undergo pa siya uli ng swab test bago siya pumasok dito. I'm not privy kung ganun nga ang protocol, but going by sa mga previous na pinagdaanan namin, sa tingin ko, swab test pa uli siya bago siya bumalik dito sa bubble.
Once again, better to be sure to take another test than, of course, risk anything and be sorry. All right, so our guest is ready. Again, we're bringing to you this afternoon our first guest, a 13-time PBA champion, twice as a player, and 11 big times as a coach. He's also been a 5-time UAAP champion, limang beses na rin PBA All-Star head coach, awarded also as 2-time best import, Mr. 100%, and the coach with the Midas touch. Coach Norman Black is finally joining the Chasedown this afternoon. How are you, Coach Norman?
I'm good. Sorry, I had a little bit of a problem getting into the link, but I'm happy to be
Hi,
here.
Norman.
All right.
Welcome to the Chasedown.
I'm just in my room right now.
Coach Norman, it's so nice to see you after so many months. You said you are in your room. No practice today? What's the schedule like for today?
We're off today. The players have conditioning. We have viewing later, but we're off from our actual practice today because we just played 3 games in 6 days. So we don't play again until next Wednesday. We play against the San Miguel Beermen. So I decided to get the guys off from practice today.
All right. Okay. So the chasers will take turns in asking questions. Abak would be first. Abak, go ahead.
Coach Norman is wearing a big smile with 2 straight wins, huh, Coach?
Yeah, it feels good winning in the bubble. You get to see everybody every day. You see all the players of the other teams, the other coaches. It's not like you can lose a game and just go home and get away from it all. So it's nice to win. And particularly since we're getting into the middle of the conference already where you're either going to go up or down, depending on how you do. So this is the perfect time to get some wins, to string some wins together, and to give ourselves a better chance of making it to the playoffs.
Mm-hmm. And of course, Coach, I found it very interesting to read that in the bubble you brought your own set of weights, and that you've been lifting weights daily, even inside the bubble.
Well, we were informed that the 12 teams would have to share one weights room. So I said to myself, that's going to be pretty difficult, especially considering I like to lift almost every day. So I decided to bring my own dumbbells. I learned that from Sonny Jaworski, by the way. Used to take his dumbbells everywhere he went.
It's right there in your room now, your dumbbells, huh?
Yes, it is. It's right over there in the corner, yes. They haven't been used today, by the way.
You're really taking it off today, huh?
No, I'm going to do it later. The day is still young. I'll get it done.
And also another interesting note that our reporter at the Philippine Star, Brian Yolanda, wrote is that your diet. I was not really aware that you are meat free. You don't eat pork, you don't eat beef, just chicken, fish, and vegetables.
Well, I do have a weakness. I love bacon. The problem is I don't eat it very often, if at all. But other than that, no, I stay away from pork as much as possible, and I don't eat any type of beef as much as possible. But every now and then I have a cheat day, so I'm not saying that I go totally without pork or beef, but I try to avoid it as much as possible. And I try to eat more chicken and fish. And luckily for me, the hotel has been very accommodating. That's only what they send to my...
Schumann, I've known you for like 30 years, and you haven't changed, really.
Yeah, just trying to stay healthy, especially at this time of our lives where the pandemic is around us and it's affecting a lot of people. So as much as possible, I just try to keep myself in shape and stay as healthy as possible.
All right. Thank you, Coach.
Coach, you know who's also on a very strict diet? Jerry Ramos. Jerry, can you share with Coach your tips on your diet? Look at you.
Yes, yes, Coach. I only eat egg. Egg inside the room.
You just eat an egg.
Jerry! Bigyan mo si Coach Dorman. Pagdagan mo sa kwarto.
Ano na?
Pagdagan mo sa kwarto si Coach Dorman ng itlog.
Oo, puro itlog at saka ano. Ito, saging.
Yeah. Good.
Yan, manzana.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
That's
Hi,
kind of
Coach. Long time no see, Coach. Yeah, Coach. Of course, one of your rookies is playing very good inside the bubble, and his name is Aaron Black. Of course, who happens to be your son, Coach. But a lot of people are actually raising eyebrows that you picked him during the last draft. Any thoughts about that?
Well, I'm with Aaron all the time. We work out all the time. So I had a pretty good idea of what he could do as a basketball player compared to probably all the other coaches. I thought that he had a lot of room for improvement, and that's really one of the keys that you try to judge these players on. I mean, how much room do they have for growth? How much room do they have for improvement as far as their skills are concerned? I knew Aaron had the ball handling skills, but he really had not been given the chance to run the... Yeah, I have confidence in him. I think he can get the job done. I think he's showing right now that he can play in the PBA and he can excel in the PBA. And now the challenge for him is to be consistent and to do it night after night, because that's really the key to a star player, to a good player in the PBA. You have to be consistent every night. I'm sorry, I couldn't hear the question.
How do you treat Aaron at Meralco? Do you treat him as like any of your players, or as a son? Or...
Well, there's a closeness that I just can't get away from. He's my son. So after being around him, I'm used to talking to him all the time. But I'm probably a little bit harder on him sometimes than I am on the other players, because obviously I can say pretty much anything to him and he won't get upset and he won't take it the wrong way. But I try to just treat him like I treat the other players. Don't treat him really special. If he makes a mistake, I correct it. I don't really overpraise him in front of the other players. So I just try to treat him like he's just a regular member of the team.
Thank you, Coach.
Coach, have you seen, I'm sure you've seen the popular basketball.
I'm sorry.
Coach Norman, have you seen it?
Hello?
Is Coach Norman still with us? Coach Norman?
I'm still with you, but I'm losing you. My reception
Okay.
is bad. I could not hear the question.
Okay, who's that? Zaldi has a question for Coach Norman Black.
Welcome to the Chasedown. Here's my question, Norman. Aaron's been playing great for you. Did you expect him to play great this early in his career?
I really didn't know what to expect. I knew that he was playing really well in practice. We've been working out for the last 6 months together during the pandemic. Fortunately for us, for Aaron and I, we have a basketball court in our front yard, in our driveway. So we were able to get up shots almost daily. We were able to get up at least 300, 400, 500 shots a day. So I knew that he had put the work in. And as I always tell Aaron, if you really put the work in, I mean, he's really shot the ball well so far in this tournament, particularly from the 3-point line. But like I said, the challenge for him is to continue to do that because all of the star players in the league have done it over a period of time, not over 5 games. So that's the challenge coming up for him to keep doing it night in, night out, particularly since he's coming off the bench. And we all know it's a little bit more difficult when you're coming off the bench to perform consistently every night.
Well, would he be playing the same way if he played for another coach or a team coach?
Well, if you perform well, any coach is going to play for you. I mean, if he is intelligent and he has a player who's really doing well, then he's probably going to put you on the court and give you a chance. Now, once you get on that basketball court, now you got to prove yourself. You got to show it. In other words, if I'm playing Aaron and he's not playing well, then I'm going to go to the next player. It's as simple as that. But because he's getting out there and he's getting the job done, and he's producing and he's having a positive effect on the game, then I only owe it to him to continue to play him because he's playing well. He should be rewarded for that. So I think no matter what team he would have played for, if he's playing well, he probably would have get playing time.
Okay, thank you, Coach.
Before Waylon asks the question, Coach, if you play Aaron 1-on-1 right now, who's gonna win? You or Aaron?
Of course, Coach Norman.
That's not fair. I'm 60 years old already. The kid is 23. Obviously, he has a lot more stamina and energy than I do. But if it's make it, take it, in other words, I keep getting the ball back and I can shoot just layups, I'll still put all my money on myself. I can still beat him. But if it's out on the floor and I have to guard him from the 3-point line, I don't know. It would be difficult for me to beat Aaron at this point.
That would be so much fun to watch. Waylon, go ahead.
Coach Norman, still on Aaron. Since you drafted Aaron during the rookie draft, has your relationship with him changed? I mean, after practice, how is it? And then going back to the house, has it changed?
We've always been close. That's one thing I can say about Aaron and I. I mean, since he was young, we've always been close. Up to now, we're still very close.
Okay.
We still play PlayStation together. We still watch movies together. So I don't think the relationship's changed too much.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really spend that much time with him here in the bubble because we're together all the time. We're in practice together. We're in doing together. We go to the weights together. We're at the pool together. So it's not like he's coming to my room spending a lot of time here. That's not happening. But at the same time, we communicate a lot. Our lines of communications have always been good. And Aaron's a good listener. I mean, he follows, he listens, and he tries to learn as much as he can. Good thing about Aaron is I always say is that he soaks up information, and he's a good listener. And guys like that will always improve because, they're willing to listen to others.
Mm-hmm. Coach, ito naman about your Meralco Bolts family, your players. How do you handle them? Coach? You there?
Ano?
Lisa?
Wala bigla si Coach.
Natakot sa'yo eh. Natakot sa'yo.
Bigla-bigla ka, hindi iwan, Waylon. Bigla-bigla ka, hindi iwan.
Again, we'll try to have Coach Norman Black connected again. Kasi I understand, syempre, nasa kwarto niya siya, napakarami rin gumagamit sabay-sabay ng internet connection doon. So, we'll try to have him back. But again, it was very interesting to know. Coach Norman, hold on, before Waylon asks again a question, you mentioned you're playing PlayStation with Aaron?
I could not hear you again.
Coach Norman, you mentioned that you've been playing PlayStation with Aaron on your free time.
Oh, not here in the bubble, but at home.
So what kind of games? What kind of games would you guys play?
First.
Well, we're into racing right now. We're into Formula One. I don't know if you follow that. Formula One is the racing game that normally takes place in Europe and around Asia. And we're into that right now. I'm really into the racing game. He's very, very good at PlayStation and NBA Live, so I don't really want to play him at that because I could never win. But right now we're into racing, which he's also better than me. He's really good at everything involving PlayStation, so it's hard to be very competitive with him when it comes to that. But I do try sometimes.
Okay. Maybe back in the day also, what were the popular games back in the day? Abak, do you remember any of the popular games back in the day?
Atari.
Atari, maybe? I don't know.
Roland, do you remember any old school games?
Ako? Ano
Yeah.
natin? PS4.
Tekken, maybe.
Tekken, bago sa'yo. Super Mario. Super Mario.
Okay, Waylon, your question again for Coach Norman. You were asking about the rest of the team?
Yeah, the rest of the team, Coach. How do you guys or the players, how do they handle the mental challenges of being inside the bubble? I know it's very tough because your movements are really limited.
Yes, it's a little bit difficult as far as the mental aspect is concerned. We spend a lot of time in our rooms. Basically, like tomorrow morning, we have practice at 6 a.m. So I have to be up by 5, get out of here by 6. And after practice, we come back. We have viewing. We have the weights. So the guys can have conditioning. The guys also can go to the swimming pool.
Why me?
Coach,
Always me.
bait pa naman.
Lagi mo kami iniwan. Nabisit sa
Bait pa naman ni Coach. Sana iba na lang.
Habak yung question mo kay Coach Norman. Kasi napag-usapan yung mga video games nung kapanahunan. Diba?
Pero, Risa, may tanong lang ako. Siguro, kay Jerry ko natatanong. Kasi, yan na muna si Coach Norman.
Ayan, buhay.
Ayan.
Coach,
Continue lang, Coach.
huwag mo kami iiwan ng ganun.
May buhay pa ako.
May buhay pa daw siya. Kasi dinig pala tayo ni Coach eh.
No,
Buhay pala, Coach, buhay.
We really have to rely on each other here because we're together 24/7. Like I said, we try to get the players out of the room as much as possible. So sometimes I just schedule viewing just so we can get out of the room and be together. I'm not sure whether the players appreciate that a lot, but I do it just to get them out of their rooms. Everybody goes to the pool. Everybody goes to the weights room. We try to utilize the facilities as much as we can in the hotel. But yeah, it can be a little bit difficult at times because you're a captive audience. You're here in the hotel and you're not going anywhere. You're just going to be here.
Nice. Okay. Waylon?
Riza, it's Coach Norman. Just can I make one request?
Yes, request? Yes.
Yeah. If you ever see Jerry, can you check his mental status?
Help.
Because being
Mental
there
health.
in the bubble, 18 days, he's only eating egg. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner, only egg. So can you check on Jerry, Coach? Request, because we're worried. Coach. We're worried. We love Jerry.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear it. I couldn't hear the question. You're cracking
Ako,
up
wait na,
here.
ulitin mo na lang. Nahirapan na ako.
Ang haba ng
Maybe
English.
send lang. Internet here is a little bit mahina. Mahina ang internet dito.
Okay. Okay, thanks so much.
See, daming players dito. Lahat, they're all on the internet probably.
Kaya nga, sabay-sabay gumagamit. Coach, okay, Aba has a question.
Coach, I wonder who's better at speaking Filipino and Tagalog, you or Coach Team?
Hindi
Ayan.
Ayaw sagutin. Nawala na naman. Ayaw ka sagutin.
Suspense yung sagot. Kasi,
Ano
ano yan
kasi mahirap yung tanong eh. That's a hard question, you know?
Ilan yan?
Kaya nawala
Coach
bigla.
Tim, Coach Norman, dati si Coach Alex. Naku, matibay-tibay si Coach
Magaling yun.
Alex.
Oh.
Oo, Alex.
Magaling si Alex. Alex is the best. Pero nung mag-champion ng Ginebra, nung mag-champion ng Ginebra, ang unang sinigaw ni Coach Team Cone sa microphone. Grabe!
Oo nga, nag-video na siya. Yan, Coach Norman is
Okay,
back.
coach is back.
balik na ako.
Ayan.
Aba!
Ayan, pulang-pulang ka na.
Siguro,
Coach,
mas magaling ako.
Sino talaga mas magaling?
Mas magaling ako. Kasi mas matanda
Aba!
ako. I'm older than him by 1 month. So, mas runang ako ang Tagalog. Actually, hindi ko alam. Magaling si Coach Tim? Hindi ko alam.
Naniniwala ako, Coach, na magaling ka.
Hindi, but si Coach Norman, talagang nakakaintindi talaga ng Tagalog yun, you know why? Kasi dun sa isang programa ko dati, yung sport lang, I was amazed really when he told me that he's watching the show. So sabi ko sa kanya, naiintindihan mo? Alam mo, sabi sa akin ni Coach Norman, siyempre. Kaya I believe magaling talaga si Coach Norman ng Tagalog.
Ang problema lang, kung
Because he's watching sport lang.
Tagalog mo. If someone believes in Tagalog mo, then mahirap na naiintindihan ako. Pero, that's why I used to love the movies of Fernando Poe.
FPJ! Jing!
So, pwede naiintindihan.
All right, Coach Norman, we wanted you to be able to enjoy, your semi-day off. I know you're still going to do a lot of things. Knowing you're still going to lift weights, perhaps, do reading or studying. Your message before we let you go to have the rest of your day, your message to the PBA fans, the Meralco Bolts fans in particular.
Can you hear me?
Yes, Coach, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Yes.
Go ahead, Coach.
To the Meralco fans, siguro maraming salamat para ng support ng Meralco team. Please continue to support us. We really need your support and your blessings. Definitely, we feel like we have a much better all-Filipino team this year, and we're hoping to be a lot stronger. We want to make it to the playoffs and give ourselves a chance to make it to the semis and the finals. That's really the goal this year. To all the PBA fans, thank you for tuning in to the games. I know you can't see us live, but we're happy to be back performing for you. We're happy to be here in the bubble. So maraming salamat.
Thank you. Maraming salamat, Coach.
Thank you, Coach.
Mag-ingat po kayo dyan.
Thank you, Coach.
We'll talk to you again next time.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Bye. Ingat.
Bye.
All right, that was Coach Norman Black of the Meralco Bolts. It's we apologize. It's just very unfortunate. You know, the internet connection is giving us a hard time every now and then, but it's understandable because, again, it's coming all the way from Clark. Ang dami gumagamit at the same time. But we are very thankful na napaunlakan pa rin niya tayo and always a delightful guest. So next time, sisikapin natin na makausap na si Coach Norman Black. We'll be taking a very quick break. Pagbalik namin, Jerry will be leaving for a while. Yes, you're going to move to the venue and then you join us back. So when we come back, pag-uusapan natin.
Jerry, ingat ka.
Ang Jerry, hindi siya aalis.
Jerry, babalik ka.
10 minutes lang.
Jerry.
Habang inaantay natin si Jerry,
Kuya, kumusta?
pag-uusapan natin ang bagong partnership ng Cignal with, of course, the UAAP. We're also going to talk about the World Series and Philippine Superliga. Yes, we're going to talk about some volleyball news as well. At marami pang iba, kaya wag po kayong aalis. Magbabalik po ang The
Chasedown.
Jerry, ingat ka. Jerry, ingat ka.
Welcome back to the sana nag-enjoy po kayong lahat. I know, may mga restrictions pa rin tayo, pero kahit papano, di ba, nakakagalaw-galaw na. We're so fortunate that the PBA is back. Football will be back by tomorrow. We're seeing some other action also in other sports like baseball and even golf, tennis. So, It's such a blessing. And we'd like to say hello to those that are watching us via Facebook. Hello sa inyo. Welcome to the show. Mamaya babati tayo ng konti. But while Jerry is away and moving towards the venue for the PBA, na makikibalita rin tayo in a bit, like what we said earlier, what we mentioned, we're so happy that football also is set to restart their season tomorrow. And Abak would be telling us more about this with our guest na kasama natin ngayong hapon. I'm sure he's very excited because in the past few weeks, past few months, he's been, such a big advocate of the return of football in the country. So let's bring him to the show. Let's bring him in. From the Meralco Football Club, we have Anton Del Rosario joining us here on the Chasedown. Hey, Anton, what's going on?
Oh, sorry, my mic was muted. Hey, thank you for having me. It's good to see all of you, nice and healthy and everything during the pandemic.
All right, it's so nice to see you. Just to check up on you. It's been months. Are you at home right now with your family? How has it been?
No, I mean, well, I'm here in the bubble. We got here 4 days ago, and yeah, everything's been great over here. Actually, things have been really organized. The PFL has done a great job over here. Also, at a hotel and all the organization, great.
Awesome. Okay, the Chasers, Abba Cordero, Waylon Galvez.
Hi, Anton. How are you?
How's it going? Good.
Yeah, good. I had the chance to cover Anton while he was playing for Ascos. We were in Myanmar and we were the protocols being followed, observed, and
yeah, I mean, everything's been going well. I guess PFL together with the IATF has set from being with the team. So, yeah, I mean, when it comes down to it, we're quite limited on being able to get around because obviously we all still need to be safe. Even though we all tested negative out here, we still have to, follow the rules and make sure that everybody else is staying healthy.
And of course, with matches kicking off tomorrow, what's the atmosphere? How do you feel the players? How excited are they that football will finally be back on the pitch?
Finally, right? Finally. I mean, everybody's excited. This is the day we've all been waiting for this year, right? It's been 7-8 months since football, and I think all the teams are ready to go right now. Everybody is itching. We finally, we're going to be able to start doing contact training, I think, later on today. I'm not sure. So I'm looking forward to it.
Mm-hmm. I've seen your posts. It seems that you're ready to play.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there are a couple of these younger guys that are coming after the old dog over here, so I got to show them what's up.
All right, Anton, I'll give the others a chance to ask questions. Thank you.
All right, Zaldi has a question.
Yeah. Hi, Anton.
Hey,
Can you tell us about the format of the season? Or how many games per day will you be playing?
Sure. Format of the season right now, it's a single round robin. At the end, it's going to be the point system. So just like regular football leagues, they go 3 points for a win, 1 point for a draw, 0 for a loss. So we'll have 5 games. The teams involved are Meralco Manila FC, UCFC, which is United City Football Club, who took over Ceres, Ascot Development Team, Benjola, Kaya FC, and then Stallions. So it's going to be, I guess every game is going to be a championship game, the top 2 teams that end the season end up getting an AFC ticket. So everybody's going to be gunning for it.
Mhm. How about the accommodations inside the bubble, Anton?
The accommodations are great. I'm in the room right now. Everything is clean. Everything, like I said, it's been very organized. We do get some food within the hotel. It's good. The players are happy. Internet connection's good, so people get to get their work done outside of football. And yeah, I mean, we're really looking forward to tomorrow. It's 3 games in one day, so I think 9 a.m. is the first kickoff. Then it goes to 5 p.m. and then 8 p.m. All found on the PFL YouTube page. Bye.
Okay. Can you show us your room, Anton?
Sure, of course. Good thing it's clean right now.
Wow.
So, coming in from the start, here we go. Yeah, this
Yeah.
ordinary bathroom.
Nice.
Ooh, not bad.
Nice room, huh?
The best thing
Not
about
bad,
it,
really.
I think, is our view.
Ganda.
Got a pretty nice view of the
Wow.
Wow.
Wow. Even the view, huh?
They hook you up with a nice room.
right?
Yeah.
Hey, I got the worst of the rooms. You should see the other guys.
No, I don't.
One last question, Anton. How about the food? How about the food?
The food is actually very
Okay.
good. Yeah, for the food, actually, a lot of the teams didn't order the food from within the hotel. We had some people catering, so it was very good. When it came down to all of this, a lot of it was very last minute, so a lot of budgeting had to be done, which is great because it showed people coming together from different teams to be able to help out where people can save money. So we got some caterers from different people.
Waylon.
Hey, Anton. Anton,
Hey,
it's
how's it
unfortunate that you can't bring your bully.
I know, right? I wish I could have. She'd be sleeping with me right here. Gets a little lonely over here.
Mm-hmm. Anton, about the other players, are there any other players who are not participating in the restart in the bubble?
There are some players that weren't able to join. Our squads were quite limited, actually. When it came down to it, we were only allowed to bring, 26 people. That's including our technical and management staff. So we ended up having about 20 players brought in, and when it comes down to it, we had to leave, I think, 10 back in Manila. So it was a tough selection for Coach Roxy, former Maharlika Manila FC. But when it comes down to it, the guys here should be able to get the job done. So really looking forward.
Will there any be sanctions on these players who are not participating?
No, the players who are not participating, it wasn't it wasn't because they were not allowed or because they were, in trouble or anything.
Mm-hmm.
It's because the players weren't selected to come travel with the team.
Okay.
If it was up to us, we would have brought all of them. Every single player. We would have loved to have them here, but unfortunately, we had to trim it down to a select group.
Mm-hmm. Anton, you played numerous times with the Ascals. Can you tell us about the program of this young Ascals, the development program? And is it true that they'll be participating in the PFL?
Yes, they will be. If they get to be playing against the top players in the country, that's the best way to get better, right? You need to always test yourself playing against the best. So the more they get to do that, I think the more they'll start, getting better.
Mm-hmm. All right, Anton. Thank you.
Right. Thank you.
Anton, how big of a deal is this that in spite of the long wait and in spite of the many football is about to restart in our country, how big of a deal is this for someone like you whose love for the sport is undeniable?
Well, it's a huge deal to make this happen. Despite the, I guess, the life we're in right now. Unfortunately, things are the way they are, and we won't be able to have fans there. But it's really what we need, because we need to be able to start showing people that, hey, there is a professional league here. Hey, there is a way that you guys can be professionals in the country. There is a way that you guys can live your dream. It's very important for the youth. So that's really what my whole.
Yeah, I know you've been very active too, training wise, little boys and little girls over the course of the past weeks. I've been seeing your social media posts. How bright is the future? Is it for us here in the Philippines? And that's perhaps something that we have yet to appreciate and explore more. You see these young players wanting to play football.
Well, when it comes down to football, right? It comes down to it, you got to look at the competition that we played against in the past, right? Our national team, the Astros, they played against some top countries across the world. Most recently, from being able to compete with the top countries across the world. And that being said, it's not even our top sport in the country. So imagine if we had that boost in football and was able to push it to the top sport in the country. That's really something that I'd like to see, because if we were able to get it up there, then I think we'd be able to compete for the likes of first Asian Cup and then push on to hopefully the World Cup one day.
Yeah, and you're right about equality, because we've seen also how the Malditas would kill it on the field, right? How crazy these girls get. And I know I have a lot of friends especially from the South area, that are all football fanatics. They're fans of yours, Anton. I don't know, maybe Joanne and Aggie. These are like football crazy fans. Okay, I would want to know, has it always been, for you personally, has it always been football, your sport? Did you play other sports too before, when you were younger?
I mean, well, I did my youth years in the States, right? So doing my youth years in the States, one of the main things that they do is try to stick you into as many different sports as you can. So I grew up playing multiple sports. Football was always my favorite, but I did get into tennis. I did get into basketball, cross country. So yeah, there was a lot of stuff that I would get into, but then football was the one I had to stick with. My older brother, he sort of rubbed off on me, because we had that competition between us until I started beating him. So that's where I ended up sticking with the sport.
And what is for fun? I know football is a lot of fun, but it is also a job, because you guys are professional players. But what is it for fun for you? Do you get to enjoy video games? Do other things?
Well, what I do for fun? Then my fun and my family. My family. That's the thing that I go look for. If it's not work, if it's not anything, I go look to them, and I go try to hang out and have my fun with them. Obviously, when it comes down to it, these days, we're the only people that you can really hang out with at the moment. I wish we could go out and go bingo and socialize with all of our friends, but right now it's really the thing that puts a smile on my face all the time. So I gotta say, when I go looking for fun, in these times, it's trying to find things to do with my family.
Right, and it's it's unfortunate that family can't be with you and support you physically. You mentioned the format earlier. Does the format is designed for you guys to be finished by the time, let's say, holidays arrive?
Yes, I mean, it's going to be a very quick tournament. So we're actually playing, sorry, I should have gone over this earlier. We actually play every 3 days. So our game starts tomorrow, the 25th. Then we play the 28th, the 31st, the 3rd, and the 6th. So, yeah, it's going to be very busy. We're going to squeeze these 5 games in within 17 days. So I think we only have 13 days left, which is, so 13 days and 5 games. That's going to be tough.
It's going to be tough. And also, is the weather going to be a factor? It's been raining lately.
Well, I mean, we are football players. We're used to being outdoors, especially here in the Philippines when it comes down to this season. I think we're quite used to it. Hopefully it doesn't come down too hard. It was coming down earlier, but it's stopped now. So, but it's always nice to have a wet field. You know, when we play football, if you have a nice wet field, then the ball moves a lot faster. Things get a lot more crisp, and you see much better football.
All right, so tomorrow is going to be super, super, super exciting for football fans, and of course, the rest of the PFL delegate. You want to greet anybody? Thank, of course, the PFL fans for their continuous support, and invite them also to the games.
Yes. To all of you football fans, football players, please check this out. We're going to be kicking off tomorrow, October 25th. First game will be 9 a.m. Second game will be at 5 p.m. And last game will be at 8 p.m. You'll be able to find these all on the PFL YouTube page. So we hope you guys will tune in because you'll be catching the best football here in the country.
Fantastic, and we wish you the best of luck. Send our love to the rest of the team and to the rest of the delegates. You guys should, be very proud of yourselves. I know it's a lot of sacrifice to be away from family, just to be able to continue on doing your job. So maraming salamat and good luck. Have fun. Have fun in the. Yay! Thank you. We'll see you next time.
You guys take care. And congratulations, by the way.
Oh, thank you. When this little girl comes out and she's able to run around, I'm bringing her to the field, and you're going to train her. Deal?
No problem. As long as you're wearing a Meralco Manila FC shirt, I got you.
I already got one. I am not kidding. In next episode, I'll be wearing it. You'll be surprised. Thank you.
That's
I'll
what
see
I'm
you.
talking about. Thank you, guys.
Bye. Ingat. That was Anton Del Rosario of the Maharlika Football Club, and bakit such a joy, no, na naibabalik na nga yung football. It's one sport in our country na sana mas ma-appreciate pa nating mga Pilipino, kasi may mga talagang napaka-talented tayong mga manlalaro sa larangan ng football, di ba?
Correct. Medyo naubusan ako ng konti na English.
Wayland, you've been covering also football, lalong-lalo na nung kasadsaran ng, di ba, ng ASCALs. Nakakalungkot na hindi natin na-keep yung momentum, but hopefully maibalik natin.
Alam mo, Risa, na-mention mo yung ASCALs na yan. Nung 2005 Southeast Asian Games sa Bacolod linaro ang football. And doon unang inintroduce yung ASCALs. Doon unang nakilala ng buong Pilipinas yung magkapatid na young husband, no? And siguro tama ka, Risa, yung pagkakasustain medyo siguro yung pag-develop natin, no? From the grassroots level, dapat nung kasagsagan ng ASCALs, dapat may mga kasunod na eh. Siguro doon nagkaroon ng konting problema. Kaya siguro hindi gaanong na-sustain. Dapat for a team like the ASCALs to keep its fire, lalo na yung support ng Pilipino, dapat ang key dyan laging nananalo internationally. Kaya sana, hopefully, eto may bagong development, di ba? May developmental team ang ASCALs. Sana magtuloy-tuloy uli, ma-regain uli yung, kumbaga yung interest. Pero dalhin mo sa Bacolod yan, patok yan yung football na yan, sigurado.
Yeah! Tsaka marami tayong magagaling na football. I mean, off the bat, you would name the young husband, Chiefy Caligdong. You remember how Chiefy was, diba? So sana magtuloy-tuloy. Okay, thank you again to Anton Del Rosario for joining us here on the Chasedown. Are we gonna go straight to our next topic? Kasi babalik tayo ngayon sa basketball. Pag-usapan na natin? Yes? Yes? Okay, pag-usapan natin. I wanna ask Waylon because there are, of course, news that came out very recently about Cignal partnering with the UAAP. Correct?
Yes, good news. Actually, kahapon sumabog yan. Yung UAP, may bago ng broadcast partner, of course, ang Cignal TV, TV5. Yan ang ating, napaka-exciting na balita. Dahil naglabas kahapon ng announcement ang UAAP tungkol sa kanilang bagong broadcast partner, which is ang Cignal TV at Smart, na magtatagal ng 5.5 years. Mag-uumpisa ito sa darating na Season 83, 2020. Mga games ay i-air sa One Sports at iba pang digital assets ng Cignal TV at Smart. Kasama na rin dito ang TV5, syempre. Ang pagkakalam ko is by that time, marami nang nangyari siguro doon and magaganda. Always good news dahil nasa Cignal na ang UAAP. Alam naman natin, pag sinabi mong UAAP, nandyan din yung mga malalaking pangalan sa collegiate sports, di ba?
Right. Waylon, i-clarify lang natin because again, one of the most awaited events in the UAAP is always basketball. Kailan ang UAAP, do they have like a date already kung kailan ang start ng UAAP basketball?
I think wala pang ina-announce ang UAAP pa nag-a-announce kung kailan talaga sila mag-o-open ng kanilang season. And nabanggit nga na selected sports lang. I'm sure pa kung kailan yan mga yan.
Do you have some UAAP memorable experiences, Zaldi or Aba?
UAP, no, nag-champion ng UP. Kasama sila Benji para sa sila Ronnie Magsanok. That was in 1989. And then after that, I was not able to cover UAP again. Pero yun ay napaka-memorable. At saka alam mo, yung UAAP ay may sarili yan may captive audience yan Kaya nakikita natin pagdating sa championship yan, makikita mo puro estudyante ang nanonood dyan. At napakako sa PBA, yung sa championship ay napakaingay, mas lalo sa UAAP. Talagang mag-usap kayo ng magkalapit kayo, talagang hindi kayo magkakarinigan. Pero yung huling coverage ko na yun ay napaka-memorable nga dahil at the same time ay after I think more than 4 decades doon na nag-champion ulit ang UP. Meron nga pala akong kasi nabasa ko rin yung itong coverage ng UAAP. I understand hindi yata kasama ang TV5 dito. Parang ito'y exclusive sa Cignal TV lang. Yun lang masasabi ko. Anyway, parang hindi kasama ang TV5 dito pagdating dito sa coverage dito sa UAAP.
But still, we are so excited to have them with Cignal in the different platforms that we have. Abak, let me shift to you. Do you have any memorable, moments in the UAP coverage?
Yes, of course, because for a handful of years ago, I was the beat reporter for the Philippine Star just sa UAAP. College basketball in the Philippines is like no other. While the other league, the NCAA, is the longest running collegiate league, I think the UAAP has a bigger following when it comes to their alumni, Kaya pagka merong game ang UAAP, especially if it's the big match between Ateneo and LaSalle, talagang I've covered games sitting on the floor. Talagang there's no empty space, no empty seat available pagka Ateneo LaSalle. And I was fortunate enough to have covered the glory years ng LaSalle, ng Ateneo, si Coach Norman, si Coach Franz, na-cover natin lahat siya. Even sila Arwin Santos, player pa sila Arwin noon. I was there in the covering the game.
At yung mahulog karayom, no?
At saka, di ba, noong araw pagka-cover ka ng UAAP, minsan pagdating doon sa press box, hindi ka na makakaupo doon sa press box. Ang mga nakaupo ay yung mga newspaper ng mga colleges at saka universities ang nakaupo sa press box. Yung mga nagko-cover talaga sa newspaper na yung national dailies, yung mga ganun. Yun ang walang maupuan. At yun ang isa sa mga exciting pagka nagko-cover ka ng UAAP.
Any moments that stand out to you, Waylon, sa UAAP coverages mo?
Of course, na-mention na ni Aba, LaSalle Ateneo games. Laging ano yan eh. Lagi namang inaantay ng maraming tao yan. Hindi lang of course yung mga supporters ng Ateneo and Lasal, ultimo yung mga basketball aficionados talagang sinusundan yan. And tama si Paring Saldi, na-experience natin yan covering the UAAP and even the NCAA na uupo ka sa sahig. Kumbaga, ma-experience mong mag-cover sa ilalim, kumbaga sa ilalim ng ring. Doon ka nakaupo sa sahig, yung mga sumisigaw na fans sa likod, talagang yung tilamsik ng kanilang mga masasagap mo, buti wala pang COVID nun. Ganon ka saya o ganon ka gulo, ganon ka ingay kapag college basketball.
Yeah, but it's a whole lot of fun. I would remember also, of course, I started my broadcasting career broadcasting for the UAAP, and hindi lang basketball talaga yung pakakaabangan ng mga fans natin. Hopefully, we also get to broadcast in Cignal the volleyball events. And isa sa mga pinaka-paborito ko dyan, yung cheer dance din nila. Naku, napakasaya nun. So, sana, and then in the next coming weeks, makabalita pa tayo dito nga sa napakagandang partnership na to. But nevertheless, we want to congratulate Cignal in staying committed, of course, and bringing us nothing but the best. You know, the most awesome shows is on Cignal, and we are so happy and we are so proud to announce that finally the UAAP is on board. Okay, so with that, we are going to go on to our next topic. World Series naman tayo. Thank you, Waylon, for enlightening us with the UAAP Cignal partnership. What's going on with the World Series? Baseball muna. Mr. Zaldi Perez.
Okay na. Masaya akong ibabalita sa inyo. Nalamang na ang Los Angeles Dodgers 2-1 sa serie after defeating Tampa Bay Rays 6-2 in Game 3 at Globe Life Field in Arlington, Texas this morning. And that's Manila time. The Dodgers won in Game 1, 8-3. Tampa Bay Rays defeated the Los Angeles Dodgers in Game 2, 6-4 to knot the series up at a game apiece. Ito ang kanaunang neutral site World Series in modern history na ginanap sa Arlington, Texas. Pagkatapos ng shortened baseball league playoffs sa 4 na mini bubble locations. At ang mga ito ay ang Minute Maid Park sa Houston, Petco Park sa San Diego, Dodger Stadium sa Los Angeles, Globe Life Field, Arlington, Texas, kung saan doon nga ginanap ng mini bubbles, ay ideal na magiging normal sa sports in the near future. Well, ako na muna unang magko-comment regarding this. I think parang hindi effective itong mini bubble dahil lilipat-lipat eh. Dahil ako din dito, sabi nila may apat na locations or venue noong pagdadahusan ng mini bubble. At na-understand natin na maraming beses na natigil yung paglalaro nitong itong baseball, itong MLB dahil nga maraming nahahawa dahil hindi naman sila nagbubble kaagad eh. After the game, kung saan-saan na dumadating, kung saan-saan na siyempre nagpupunta yung mga players, and then after that, pag kami laro, doon lang magbabalik. Although they're playing na wala namang nanonood doon sa mga venue. Well, yun ang aking take, na hindi advisable itong magkaroon ng mini bubble. Siguro ang pinaka-advisable talagang bubble yung ginawa ng NBA at kung ginagawa ngayon ng PBA. Yun para sa akin lang.
Yeah, but I guess, logistic-wise, it's not as easy as it looks, and it's not as easy as it sounds or it seemed how the NBA was able to do it. But nevertheless, we hope that, the World Series would prosper, would continue, so that the fans of baseball can also enjoy it. And, diba, isa rin tayo, we also have a baseball national team here, Blue Boys. So, isa pa rin yan, katulad ng football sa mga maraming sport na sana continue ng Pilipino.
Risa, I'm sorry, but yung Blue Boys, softball yun.
Oh, softball, right? Yes, softball.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
ayan.
you know, our baseball team, sana ma-inspire sila na kahit pa paano, di ba, nagtutuloy-tuloy na tong baseball. So sana mag-prosper sila at maging malinis, maging maayos ang kanilang pagpapalakad para ma-inspire yung mga manlalaro natin. Let's move over to volleyball. PSL, Aba, you have some news for us?
Yes, another good news ng PSL is ready to make a comeback through beach volleyball. Gaganapin ito sa November, and Philippine Super League will go down in history as the first amateur league na makapaglalaro after the pandemic broke out last March. If you notice, ang mga napayagan na beforehand are the professional leagues. The PBA, the Chicks to Go, the Philippine Football League, and the yung boxing matches. Pang professional siya. But when it comes to amateur leagues, the PSL will be the first. Gagawin ito sa November 26 to 29. Mini bubble din to. Well, easier to contain in terms of numbers because beach volleyball is of lesser players. So sa Clark gagawin ito, no? Doon yata sa pinagawa ng SEA Games ito. 16 teams, 6 ang maglalaro in this 3-day tournament. And of course, madami nakatingin dito dahil kung magiging successful, so ang gusto nila isunod dito is the indoor 6-player volleyball na.
Abak, meron bang mga nailabas na listahan as to the personalities that are participating? May mga nasabi na ba silang mga pangalan?
Well, I'm not yet aware of the lineups of the players, but andyan naman siguro yung mga regular faces natin. And with the absence of the indoor volleyball, I'm sure that the players are itching to join this beach volleyball tournament. Kasi in Tagalog, kating-kating na rin sila maglaro, syempre.
Right. And ngayon iilan lang yung pwedeng makasama dahil nga limited lang din syempre ang malalaro pag beach volleyball. I'm sure magiging loaded yan ng mga big names and big personalities. So congratulations to the PSL and good luck sa ating mga manlalaro dyan, sa ating coverage team. At sana maging successful para magtuloy-tuloy na rin ang Philippine volleyball dito sa ating bansa. Alright, NBA usapan naman tayo ngayon. There's a lot of things happening in the NBA too, even though it's off season. There's new coaches, there's movements. Waylon is always in the loop kapag NBA. Go ahead, Waylon.
Of course,
Yeah.
we have NBA breakdown. May simple, smart ako ang segment natin na to. Kahit wala ng NBA games at nag-champion na ang, bayaan mo sila.
Hoy, sabihin mo! Sabihin mo!
Ano yung pangyayari itong off-season ng NBA? Siyempre, inaabangan dyan ng karamihan. Players movement, di ba? Yung malilipat pa si ganito sa ganyan. Isa sa inaantay si Giannis Antetokounmpo kung aalis ba ng Milwaukee Bucks. Pero ang isang magandang nangyari dito sa NBA, nakasave up to $1.5 billion ang pag-resume ng NBA season sa Disney Bubble. Umabot lamang ng 180 million ang gastos ng NBA para manatili ng 100 days sa loob ng bubble. 1.8 million per day. Ba, malaki din ito, 1.8. Aba, 1.8. Natigil ang season.
Kahit sa peso, malaki yan.
Ang NBA dahil sa, of course, coronavirus pandemic, natigil ang kanilang losses ng ituloy ang season. May mga TV contracts na kailangan ma-fulfill ang NBA kasama na rin ang mga virtual ads, hard signage sa court. Aabot din ng 1.9 million per home game. Ang nawala, ba, yun ang medyo, kumbaga, home game mo hindi ka kumita. Kung saan nanggaling ang 40% of revenue. Ito ang mga tanong lang naman, mga ka-chasers. Kung wala ng NBA, tayo may 24-second shot clock pa rin tungkol sa diskusyon na to. Ang tanong, ano ang pwedeng gawin ng NBA next season? Agree ba kayo? Kasi ito, nabasa ko lang din eh. Kumbaga, ina-assess ng NBA yung naging sistema nila in the previous restart inside the bubble. And mukhang, syempre, kung wala pang vaccine, malamang na mag-bubble uli ang NBA. Anong tanong, payagan naman kaya yung mga fans?
Talagang inuna mo pa ako. Anyway, ang latest ngayon sa NBA is that the NBA ng mainit na balita mula sa NBA. Kakatapos pala ng finals 2 weeks ago. Ito,
agad-agad.
2 months after, December 22. May date na sila, December 22. Gusto na nilang maglaro. And because of the proximity, the closeness of the mukhang malamang na cases. So, I don't think kung ang balak last month lang, ang balak ni Commissioner Adam Silver is that next season, back to regular home games na. Pero the tournament finishes in June, makakalaro ang mga players sa Tokyo Olympics by July. Yun pala ang isa pa sa reasons dyan.
Very good ba? Magandang news yun ha. At least pwede na maglaro ang NBA players kung matutuloy din yung Tokyo Olympics.
Talaga hindi ka pa nakaka-get over talaga sa pagka-champion ng Lakers, ha? Well, anyway, yung kung December ka agad-agad, nangyaring success nitong nakarang bubble, sa tingin ko marami nang magbibid yan para mag-host ng bubble. At hindi na ito siyempre mamomono nagpapa-ads kahit na paano ito dahil kumbaga sa kahit na walang nanonood could you imagine tumita pa ng nakasave pa ng $1.5 billion ang NBA. So maganda pa ring negosyo ika nga. Pero sigurado do sa venue ng another bubble magkakaroon na ng agawan dyan.
Agree ako dyan. Agawan yan.
Enchanted ka, pwede.
Ito si Maring Riza, ano kaya ang komento?
Ako kung a fan's perspective, it would have been nice, no, kung makabalik na tayo sa stands and to be able to watch, of course, itong mga NBA players or PBA man na idol natin. But of course, it's not yet as safe as it is na magsama-sama sa mga ganung klaseng venue kung saan, di ba, napakaraming magiging tao. So, if tatanungin ako, siguro mas maganda na lang din na ituloy nila yung NBA season with the same protocols that they were able to observe the last time since it was deemed successful. And hopefully, magtuloy-tuloy lang din yung success para sana next year, things are better, makapag-allow na ng fans inside the venue.
Tama, Riza. Susundutan ko na yan. And yun na rin yung feelings ko, no, na maganda yung ginawa ng NBA. Actually, yung restart inside the bubble ng NBA, yun yung naging, kumbaga, model natin dito sa PBA. As well as sa ibang bansa na rin. Kumbaga, nakatingin lahat sa NBA, inside the bubble, successful. And sa tingin ko, yun din pa rin ang dapat gawin ng NBA kapag nag-resume sila this December na, sorry to say, kung talagang hindi pwede fans, makakalungkot nga naman talaga. Pero ganun talaga Sabi nga ni Paring Abak, may mga spikes sa mga different states in the US. Hindi naman siguro papayag si NBA, si kumparing Adam natin, na magpapasok ng fans, maski inside the bubble, kung may delikado, kung, di ba, yung buhay ng mga fans, will be put at risk. Kaya, okay sa akin yan, yung pagpasok ng NBA.
Yan.
Eto, mga ka-chasers, may isa pa tayong topic. Hindi pa tayo tapos. Kumparing Aba. Dahil ang ating NBA breakdown brought to you by Simple, smart ako. Head coaching naman, pare. After ma-name ng Brooklyn Nets si Steve Nash na kanilang head coach, aba, dalawang teams pa ang nagpalit ng head coach sa NBA. Isa dito, syempre, yung New Orleans Pelicans. Meron na silang Stan Van Gundy. Kala ko kanina, Lakers din sinasabi ni Jerry eh. At syempre, ito rin, nagpalit ang Indiana Pacers dahil kinuha si Nate Rutschgren. Tama ba yun? Yung
Kailangan ka magbasa, no?
Oo.
Ulitin mo.
Ito namang si Stan Van Gundy, nag-coach na ito. Hindi naman to baguhan eh. Kilala natin to. Kilala nito, kapatid ito na paring Jeff Van Gundy natin. Nag-coach na to sa Miami Heat. Nag-coach na to sa Orlando Magic at Detroit Pistons. Pero ang team na i-handle niya, Stan Van Gundy, si Zion Williamson, na isa sa pinakamatinding rookie itong previous NBA season. Balikan natin, si Coach Nate Bjorkgren. Tama na ba ako? Tumama na ba ako, paring Saldi?
Oo, Bjorn. Nadali mo. Kamag-anak ni Bjorn Borg yan eh. Kamag-anak ni Bjorn Borg.
Ito ay assistant coach ni Nick Nurse sa Toronto Raptors. Naging assistant din siya sa Phoenix Suns at naging head coach ng 3 franchises ng NBA League. Ito ang tanong at kayo na ang sumagot. Kayong 3. Tama ba ang hire ng Pelicans at Pacers? Unahin kita. Maring isa.
I'm just very interested to see how Coach Van Gundy will be able to hone Zion. Because there was so much potential in Zion until he got injured. Alam mo yun, parang nasayangan ng mga tao. And everybody was like so excited to watch him. Tapos suddenly, hindi siya makakapaglaro. So perhaps with the new coach, and he's bringing in his experience, sana mahon niya si Zion Williamson to his potential. Kasi again, he's one of those players na talagang makakapagpaangat pa ng NBA to a whole new level with his youth and his talent. It was just unfortunate that he got injured. So hopefully, the change of coaching, and then of course, you have that talent that is available to you, e mag-blow na maayos para umakyat itong Pelicans sa standings in the NBA.
Ako, Riza, and mga ka-chasers, kumbaga si Stan Van Gundy has been out of the NBA coaching for a while. Medyo matagal na yung last assignment niya eh. And he'll be handling a team not just with Zion Williamson. Nandiyan si Lonzo Ball. Nandiyan si Ingram na dating Los Angeles. So kumbaga puro bata. And it's interesting na isang old school coach like Stan Van Gundy will handle yung youth movement ng Pelicans. Tingnan natin kung maganda yung magiging mix. At least nakauna na ako sa comment ko, paring Abak ha. Sunod kita, paring Sally.
Ako lang si Abak.
Ikaw muna.
Ayaw na si Jerry, bumalik na. Hi, Jerry. Van Gundy, maganda ito kasi challenge sa kanya. Dahil sabi mo nga kanina, matagal na napahinga ito. Dito natin malalaman kung talagang hindi pa sa kinakalawang. At saka ang maganda nito, meron kaagad na materyales na maganda. Itong si Van Gundy, in the name of Zion Williamson. At siguro, kung magkaka-merge yung kanilang mga strategy ka nga, baka maganda ang napuntahan ngayon ng New Orleans Pelicans. Yeah.
Good. Tama, agree ako dyan.
24 seconds yun, ha?
O, ito na. Dahil bagong pasok ka. Paring Jerry, agree ka ba sa pagkaka-hire ng New Orleans Pelicans at Indiana Pacers sa kanilang bagong coaches?
Approve ako lahat sa lahat. Yun lang.
Kita mo.
Approve lahat eh. Ay, 24 seconds. Pasok na pasok.
O, ito na. Naku, puntahan na natin. Ano kaya masasabi ng ating NBA expert? Abak Otero, it's your turn.
Ito, makinig kayo. From what I know, ano ba ito mga coach? Sabi niya, Hindi. Yung mga movements na ganyan, alam mo naman, isa lang naman ang ano lahat yan eh, how to become a better team. Diba? How to be stronger in the coming season. And lahat yan, player movements, coaching changes, are all aimed at getting better. If management believes that bringing Nate Van Gundy will change the fortunes of the Pelicans, gagawin nila yan. Pero lahat yan, isa lang ang motivation for the next season. It's how to beat LeBron James and the LA Lakers.
Tama. Agree ako dyan.
Yun.
Mention mo, Abak, ang Los Angeles Lakers. Dahil kanina, as I've mentioned, yung player movements ang pinakakaabangan talaga. Dahil, let's start with the Atlantic Division. Kita mo naman, pare, Atlantic Division, ha? We have the Toronto Raptors, Boston Celtics, Philadelphia 76ers, Brooklyn Nets, and New York Knicks. Ito mga teams na to, may mga players na kumbaga nasa free agency. Andiyan si Serge Ibaka, kumbaga, will they be let go? Hanap na ng ibang team o trade? Isa, eto, Boston Celtics. Di ko, alam niyo ba, araw-araw, tinitignan ko sa internet kung na-trade na ba si Gordon Hayward. Araw-araw yan, walang palya. Eto, paghihiwalayin ba ng Philadelphia 76ers? With new coach, Doc Rivers, yung kanilang sakit sa ulo na si Ben Simmons at si Joel Embiid. At syempre, yung Brooklyn Nets. Very, very healthy Kyrie Irving na may kasamang Kevin Durant. At eto, New York Knicks. Naku, lahat dyan, masakit ng ulo. Sino kaya? Yan ang magandang kumbaga magandang dynamic sa NBA. Meron silang player movements. Ang goal is to improve the team para talunin si Paring Zaldi. Di ba? Risa.
And Raymond, let's also not forget the NBA draft also.
Yes.
Is going to, it's going to happen. And a lot of people are talking about, I don't know, perhaps a LaMelo Ball emerging as a first pick. So it's going to be super interesting. We'll see.
Paring Zaldi, naku, eto gusto mo, mapalakas ng Lakers eh. Pero ano tingin mo dapat gawin ng ibang teams?
Well, katulad nga nung ang target nila ay talagang talunin ang Los Angeles Lakers. Ngayon, depende na rin ito sa dami ng pera nga nila. Kung gusto nila makuha yung certain players na gano'n, kailangan nila ang bottom line dito ay talagang puro pera-pera lang ito. So, dito naman sa sinasabi mo sa Atlanta, itong lineup, itong Toronto Raptors, malakas na ito. Itong Boston Celtics, malakas na rin ito. Philadelphia 76ers, malakas na rin. Itong Brooklyn Nets, malakas na rin. Meron na silang mga malalakas na mga materyales. Pero dito sa New York Knicks, mukhang sa tingin ko, ito malaki ang kakailanganin nito, resource, malaki ang kakailanganin gastos ito para mapalakas itong team na ito.
Okay, next natin, Paring Abak, ano tingin mo? Ba dapat ang gawin ng Boston Celtics?
Alam mo, Waylon,
Humihinga mo malalim eh. Sorry.
agree ako. Alam mo, Waylon, agree.
Okay, salamat, 24 seconds na.
Humihinga mo malalim.
Paring Jerry, may gusto ka bang idagdag?
Approve. Approve.
May gusto ka idagdag?
Approve.
Approve na. Dahil approve na, this has been our NBA breakdown brought to you by Simples Bartaco. Back to you,
All
Ray.
right. And make sure that you guys have NBA.smart on your phone also to stay updated with the happenings in the NBA na kahit nga off-season, napakarami pa rin movements. Now we're going very quick to writer's block. Let's see and check what's been on the headlines of the different publications, broadsheets, and online. For writer's block, unahin ko muna si Waylon. Waylon, Anong
Yes.
pinakaunang yung balita?
Yes, sa writer's block ko, eto, good news. Dahil si Samantha Katantan is ready to help Penn State U. Alam natin si Samantha Katantan, he's a member of the national team. He's only 18 years old. Pero during the World Junior Fencing Championships in Poland last year, umabante siya sa round of 16, and because of that, naispatan siya, kumbaga, ng mga scouts sa Amerika. And isa ang Penn State University ang nagbigay ng interest o ng offer sa kanya to be part of their college team. Scholarship, binigyan siya, and Sam Katantan, with the help of head coach Amat Canlas, accepted the offer. Kaya Samantha dapat lilipad na ng Amerika to last August. Because of COVID-19, hindi siya natuloy dahil medyo worried yung parents niya. Pero eto lang, last week kumuha na siya ng US visa, and 3 months from now, January, lilipad na siya papuntang US to start her college life sa Amerika. Kaya yan, good luck ating national team member. Maglalaro para sa Penn State U. Abangan natin yan dahil magiging maganda ito. Maganda ito for improvement ni Samantha. Ilang years pa maglalaro yan for the national team. Siyempre, ang goal naman ng fencing is to win, to make it to the Olympics, and eventually win a gold medal. And good luck, Sama.
Wow, nice. And imagine the kind of education also that Samantha will get.
May I add, si Samantha Katantan is the first Filipino fencer na magkaroon ng scholarship and eventually makalaro sa US NCAA.
Nice. And
Ang second Pimila.
Come again, Luis?
Is it Penn State is Division 1, right?
Not just a Division 1 team, they are the record holder in NCAA with 13 fencing titles.
Nice. Wow. Good luck, Samantha. And you definitely made us very proud. So, again, you deserve it. The good education, the good exposure. So, sana sa mga susunod na linggo, magkaroon tayo ng chance makapanayam siya bago siya talagang tuluyan, di ba? Na maging busy doon. Jerry, from spin.ph.
Well, tamang-tama yung kay Samantha sa Fencing State University siya.
Penn State lang.
Fencing. Sakto lang kasi sakto. Hindi, ito discuss na natin to earlier, but ito nga ang isa sa mga naging concerns inside the PBA Bubble. Medyo nalagas yung pool ng PBA referees dahil nga unfortunately merong isang probable case dito, and nakakontak niya, kailangan din i-isolate yan. So from a 16-man pool ng PBA referees, naging 7 na lang sila. Dapat 8 yan, kaso another unfortunate incident, yung isang referee, okay lang bang banggitin ang pangalan?
Oo, banggitin mo na. Kaso ano naman lumabas naman na yata yun
Si Sherwin Pineda, pinauwi na muna ni Commissioner Marshall. Pinagpahinga na muna dahil medyo hindi naging magandang tawag sa isang game during the bubble. So, I believe ngayon siyang araw uwi. And napag-usapan din yan kung i-absolve ba siya and to let him stay dito dahil nga doon sa nangyaring pagkakalagas ng mga pool of referees. Pero Commissioner was firm in his decision, so uuwi pa rin si referee Sherwin Pineda. Kaya naging 7 na lang yung pool of referees natin. But ang good news naman, may mga darating na 3 referees from Manila, I believe bukas. And nag-swab test na sila bago pumasok dito. 5 days yun, na nag-isolation sila. And then bago ulit pumasok sa bubble, sa swab test na naman sila for another 2 days quarantine sa room nila bago sila makatawag. So, pansamantala, ito pa rin yung full of referees na mag-forward na magtatrabaho dito sa PBA. Okay,
Wow, parang ano sila, no?
Okay.
7 strong. The 7 strong. Kasi mahirap yan. I mean, 2 games in a day, 4 ang pumipito usually sa isang laro. So yung isa kailangan din mag-duty or dun sa isa pa, and then bukas ulit. That's not very easy. And you know how the referees are also not only physically very active during the game, but also mentally, ang hirap yan. That could be a challenge, right? Abak, you feel how hard it is?
Oo,
Hindi, maganda lang
sila masyado para huwag na sila masyado mapagod. Umupo na lang sila.
Di nga pwede. Ito naman. Kailangan natin ng referee. Importante yun.
Hindi, pero sa ano naman yung 4 na tumatawag na yan, nagsasub naman sila Merong sub. Pwede naman mag-sub. During
Yes,
the
that
game.
still is a very, very challenging job. I mean, it's a 48-minute ball game. You run up and down the court, and then you have mental presence the whole time. So it's physically and mentally, challenging. So we hope and pray that our referees can sustain para long enough para ting pa yung iba pa nating reinforcement at everyone stay healthy inside the bubble. Okay, before we go, I would like to invite everyone to make sure that you guys have the Cignal Play app already. Kung wala pa, ito yung paraan para makapag-download na kayo. Just go to the App Store. It's available there. Ang igagawin nyo lang, of course, is to key in your details. And then after which, you'll receive an activation link sa inyong email. Pagkatapos nun, pwede nyo nang ma-stream ang inyong mga paboritong shows sa 1PH at iba pang channel ng Cignal through Cignal Play app. Again, we are boosting, of course, our lineup of shows from sports to entertainment to make sure, at even syempre sa pagbabalita, so make sure na meron na kayong Cignal Play app. Very quick, bate, may mga babatiin ba kayo, Waylon? Quickly?
Yes, happy birthday lang. Inquirer Sports Editor Francis Ochoa. Of course, Manila
Birthday,
Editor Rocky Nazareno, happy birthday. Water Polo National Team
Rocky,
Coach
happy birthday.
Ngalang, happy birthday. And of course, kaibigan natin, former SVP, Deputy Executive Director Bernie Atienza. Sir, happy birthday. And also, pinsan ko, PJ sa Chicago, happy birthday. Hi, Lizelle Wila.
Ako, meron ba tulang ako?
Go
Wala
ahead.
pala si Chona Morada Perez. Actually, last week pa siya nag-birthday, nakalimutan ko lang. Kaya, Chona, happy birthday. Asawa yan ng aking kapatid na nakatira sa Lipa City.
Okay. Jerry?
Ayun, sa lahat ng binati ni Waylon na happy birthday sa inyo. Mga kasama mo rito, Denison Dalupang Angimarer, Jeremiah Sevilla ng Bulletin, Slashman, John Bryan,
Oo, gusto-gusto yun.
Ian Soyo ng Tribune. Hello, halika rito. Dito kayo, nakatrabaho
Oo, yan.
Sila.
Yun.
Hello. Basta din kayo,
Okay, ako, babatiin ko yung inaanak ko, si Jeremiah Arieta Visconte. Gumraduate siya ng Bachelor of Science in Architecture. Keep it up, Jeremiah. And batiin ko na rin yung mga kapitbahay ko. Yan sa Mervyn, Egbert and Sheila Pangilinan, Bart and Tintin Cannon, Barry and Lovey Nuts, Ines and Typhoon Ang, and last but not least, si Kim Taylor, my neighbor. Pati yung birthday, si Bernie Atienza. Si Bernie Atienza, ang galing kumanta niyan. Yan si Bernie Manilow.
Wow.
Happy birthday, Bernie. Si Bernie, kaibigan natin yan.
Yes.
Maraming salamat sa lahat ng kasama natin, nanood via PBA Brush and of course, Facebook live streaming. We hope you guys enjoyed the show. Samahan niyo kami ulit next week for more sports kwentuhan, balita at balitaktakan. Ako po si Lizzie Diaz. Thank you all for watching this week's edition of the Chasedown.
See you next week.
See you next week.
Happy weekend.
See you next week.
Happy weekend.
See you next week.
Kami po ang boses ng
Next week.
Pinakaisang Pilipinas, 1PH. We'll see you next week. Bye!
See you next week.
Raymond ng Cignal, hello!
See you next week. See you next week.